Good morning, my dear students. How are you? So, how was the last class? It was a very short class, isn't it? So, today we will be starting another chapter. Lesson number 1, Computers and Computer Languages Types. Lesson number 1. Computers and computer languages types. And what all are the features of a computer? The most important or the main feature of a computer is that its speed and accuracy. Okay, first important characteristics of a computer is its speed, then accuracy. What is meant by accuracy? Correctness. Speed and accuracy are the important features of a computer. And in your textbook page number 2, you can see 3 points which defines the characteristics of a computer. So let us have a look on that. The first point, it can follow the instructions given to it in a well-defined manner. See, as in our definition we discussed, computer is an electronic device. And it is just a device. It doesn't have brain like humans have. It can't think of themselves. We have to give each and every instructions to the computer to perform a particular task. Okay, so a computer is a device or it is a machine which can carry out all the instructions given to it by a programmer. If you are giving instructions to the computer, a computer can perform the instructions or it can perform the actions according to the instructions given by the user. Okay, now what is the second point? It can carry out operations as per given set of instructions called programs. Set of instructions given to a computer is called a program. That means, as we discussed, using a computer or a computer can perform all the instructions given to it in a step-by-step manner, and such instructions are known as programs. So, computer can perform programs. So, that is the second characteristic feature of a computer. What is the third point in this? It can store and retrieve large amount of data. For example, we usually see films on the computer, isn't it? Or we usually hear songs from the computer. So, from where does it come? We usually save the films or songs or anything into the computer, and there is an area inside the computer. There is an area inside the computer where all these things which we are saving into the computer is residing. That particular area is called memory. As in computer terms, it is called memory. For humans also, everything will be stored inside our memory, isn't it? In the same way, all the instructions or all the data that we are giving into the computer is stored in an area called memory, and also in that memory we can hold large amount of data. So it is a device. A computer is an electronic device which can hold a very large amount of data, and also we can use the data from, or we can access the data from the memory area whenever we need, or we can process the data and we can again save it there. So all these operations can be performed using a single computer, single machine called computer. Okay, so these are the major characteristics of a computer. Then we are moving on to the major hardware components of a computer. Then what is hardware? In the second chapter, we studied about Microsoft Word software. Then we studied about Microsoft PowerPoint software. Now we are going to study about hardware components of computer. So what is this software and hardware means, or what is the difference between software and hardware? Software means it is a program. We can't touch feel the program. We have to install it into the computer and we can use it. That is what a software means. But hardware means the parts of a computer which you can touch and feel. For example, keyboard. It is a part of a computer which you can touch and feel. Mouse, monitor, CPU, UPS. These all are examples of hardware components of computer. That means the components of a computer which you can touch and feel are called hardware components. And for a computer, there are a lot of different types of hardware components and we can study one by one. The first hardware component of a computer is CPU. And also it is the most important part of a computer, and from this you can understand that it is a short form. And first we can study the full form of CPU. What is that? C stands for central, P stands for processing, and U stands for unit. So CPU stands for Central Processing Unit, and it is the main part of a computer, and it is also known as brain of the computer. All the details or all the control of the computer is coming from the CPU. All the hardware components are collectively controlled by CPU, Central Processing Unit. The component that actually carries out the instructions, that means as we discussed, using a computer or a computer can carry out all the instructions given to it. So actually it is with the help of the CPU we can carry out all the instructions that is given to it. Okay, then the second hardware component is input devices. The devices that is used for giving instructions into the computer are called input devices. The devices that are used for giving instructions into the computer are called input devices. Okay, keyboard. What is the use of keyboard? We usually used to type alphabets, or we usually used to type on the keyboard, isn't it? Type means we have to stroke each key to type it on the screen. When we stroke key called A, letter A will be displayed on the monitor, isn't it? By using a single key stroke, the keyboard is giving instruction to the computer that, or giving instruction to the CPU that just print letter A on the screen. So actually we are giving an input into the screen through a device called keyboard. So it is a input device. Mouse. When you want to open a folder, what we will do? We will just take our pointer onto that folder, just double click on it, then that folder will be opened. So using that double click, we are giving an instruction to the computer to open the folder. So mouse is a device which can be used to give an input instruction to the computer. So it is an example of input device. An input devices are the device that are used to give instructions to the computer. The third hardware component is output device. Input devices are used to give instructions into the computer, where output devices are used for getting data from the computer. To getting instructions, not instructions, to getting the result from the computer, we usually use output devices. The most common example of an output device is a monitor. When we type anything on the keyboard, the instruction is given through keyboard, but the letters are typed and displayed on the screen. Only if it is displayed on the screen, we can see the output. So it is a mode of output. So monitor is a device that can be used for giving output to the user. So it is an example of output hardware device. Another example of output devices are printers. from the computer through a printer. So printer is an output device. Okay, then the fourth hardware component is memory. Memory means the area where we can store the instructions inside a computer is called memory. RAM, ROM, random access memory, read-only memory, these all are examples for different types of memory. An area where we can store the instructions are called memory. The last and the final point is storage devices. Storage devices. Storage devices are the external devices which we can use to store data. For example, pen drives. It is a very commonly used storage device. See, you want to see a film and you don't have it with you, but your friend has. Then what you will do? You will just take a pen drive and go to your friend's home, and you will keep the pen drive on the computer and you will copy that onto your pen drive. Come back, you will insert the pen drive onto your computer, and the film which is copied from your friend's computer can be seen in your computer, isn't it? So what is the intermediary work done there? It is done by a pen drive. It is a storage device. It is an external storage device which can use to transfer data between more than one computer. Okay, so these are the 5 important types of hardware components used in computer: CPU, input device, output device, memory, and storage devices. Now, the second topic is types of computers. You know, there are a lot of different types of computers available today. From mainframe computers to the very small pocket computers are also available, which varies in size, performance, cost, everything. So in the next section, we can study about the different types of computers that are available, and we can study about the features and characteristics of each of these computers through a small video.
Categories of computers. Computers have already entered our lives in various fields. They store data and process it to give out the result or information. Depending upon our use, the computers have been divided into various categories. Computers have been classified as supercomputers, mobile computer, mainframe computers, video game console, mini computers, embedded computer, personal computers or microcomputers. Supercomputers. Supercomputers are the fastest computers in the world. This fast speed also makes them the most expensive computers in the world. These are even more powerful than mainframes and can process several hundreds or even 1,000 or million instructions per second. These are mostly used in research centers, complicated military and scientific jobs such as weather forecasting, cracking of enemy codes, predicting how a nuclear bomb will explode, and designing missiles. Some of the famous supercomputers are ETA-10, Cray series. Param 10,000 is an Indian supercomputer. Mainframe computers. These are big, powerful and expensive systems. These have large internal storage capacity compared to mini computer. These are used in large organizations where a huge amount of data needs to be handled, like airlines and government sectors. These are used for complicated calculations. Mini computers. Mini computers are not as efficient as mainframe or supercomputers. They have less memory storage and the processing speed is less in comparison to super and mainframe computers. They are used in industries for specific tasks. No specific training is required for handling these computers. Personal computers or microcomputers. Nowadays, personal computers are widely used in homes and offices. It has brought a revolution in the computer world as its cost, size, capacity, etc. are affordable. However, a personal computer has few limitations. Personal computers have less storage capacity as compared to other types of computers. A limited variety of softwares can be used. Only one person can work at a time. Storage devices like CD, DVD, pen drive, hard disk are used to store data and programs. Mobile computer. A mobile computing device is described as small, lightweight, portable, and containing wireless internet access. These can be carried easily from one place to another. There are a number of devices classed as mobile computing devices, including laptop computers, notebook computers, personal digital assistants, smartphones, and portable data terminals. Video game console. A video game console is an electronic, digital, or computer device that outputs a video signal or visual image to display a video game that one or more people can play. The term video game console is used to distinguish a console machine primarily designed for consumers to use for playing video games. There are various types of video game consoles, including home video game consoles, handheld game consoles, micro consoles, and dedicated consoles. Embedded computer. An embedded computer is a computer that is integrated into other devices and is dedicated to the functions of that device. Also referred to as microcontrollers, embedded computers have been used in modern TV sets, motor vehicles, telephones, digital cameras, washing machines, microwaves, and dishwashers.